The CEO of Shopify has sparked some criticism online after he appeared to endorse the idea of stripping voting rights away from some people in order to give more rights to the wealthy. CBC's Michelle Kassoub joins me now with more on this. Michelle, I think this is just coming across the wires to us. Walk us through. What do we know about what he said?
Well, this started with Shopify CEO Tobi Lütke sharing his agreement online with a post made by a retired TD Bank executive. And we can show you that statement here. The original post on X suggested an electoral system of weighted voting proportional to the amount of income tax you pay. So it suggested 0 votes for people who don't pay income tax, all the way up to 5 votes for anyone paying $500,000 or more. And to that, Lütke replied, "Good system." Now, he doubled down on this with a follow-up post where he also proposed stripping voting rights from retirees with pensions, saying in part, "Now you are dependent, and that means no voting, just like dependents underage. Enjoy the deal. Let people with a stake in the future decide." Now, this drew a lot of criticism and a lot of concern online, with people pointing out that he is at the helm of an e-commerce platform worth more than $200 billion, and that he lobbies the government, has a lot of influence here in Canada. Now, this is not the first time that some of his social media posts have drawn ire. He has voiced his support for Elon Musk. He was critical of the Canadian response to U.S. tariffs last spring. So, Sarah, very much not the first time he finds himself in controversy, but these comments really did get a lot of attention.
So, no, Michelle, this system that's proposed, it isn't actually unheard of in Canada?
Yeah, I mean, this was a great excuse to walk down memory lane of Canadian history one-on-one, because, Sarah, at the time of Confederation, the only people who could vote in Canada were men aged 21 and older who were British subjects and who owned property. That meant the vast majority of Canadians could not vote. Women eventually gained the right to vote in 1918, but only if they met the same conditions and owned property. And voting only became separate from property ownership in 1920. So, lots of history buffs out there pointing out that the system may seem a little absurd, that Canada would not go in this direction, but pointing out there's a very real history here of voting being tied to wealth. Sarah.
Yeah. A very real historical context, though. Michelle, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sarah.